but its society is deeply riven. These 5 countries contain half the population of the Arabic-speaking world. According to a recent United Nations report, that world is home to 5% of humanity, but generates 58% of the Earth's refugees and 68% of its battle-related deaths. Sometimes it seems that only one thing unites Arabs, and that is their inability to get along with each other. Why this disunity? Why this extraordinary level of self-harm? The absence of democracy and its institutions, Westerners, shorthand but useful, would say. They may have a point, but recent foreign interventions allegedly aiming to promote democracy appear only to have added to the mayhem. And when there are free and fair elections, the Islamists tend to win them. The elections are annulled in a military coup, and the Westerners go strangely silent. Mouths and money do not go together, it seems. The failure of Islam to unify itself, the Islamists, again shorthand, would say. But that unity has itself been a mirage almost from the Islamic year dot. Battles over authority and legitimacy have been fought within the community of Muslims, with words and other weapons, since the 4th decade of the Islamic era. The legacy of imperialism, Arab nationalists, there are still a few left, would say. But nearly every attempt at unity in the post-imperial age has failed, usually because of inter-Arab suspicions and squabbles. One Arab commentator, in a post-mortem on the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, wrote that the Arabs would have won the battle for Palestine had there not been something false and rotten in themselves. That something was mutual distrust, resentment, and fear. It was the rottenness of bad blood, and it has bubbled up time and again through Arab history. Of course, disunity is hardly an Arab monopoly. Much of the map of Europe was a crazy paving of statelets well into the modern age. That German reunification of 1990, itself part of a contrary process that fragmented the Soviet Union, was a return to a unity that was then a mere 2 lifetimes old. During those lifetimes, Europe had been the epicenter of wars that blasted apart the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian empires and led to the gentler meltdown of the British Empire, but out of which came the United Nations and the European Union, those well-known bastions of unanimity. All the world's a crucible in which once stable compounds are continually breaking down and new ones forming. If there was no such change, there would be no history. Union and division are part of the same process. Hence the first epigraph to this book, from Lane's Arabic-English lexicon. Shab, collection or union, and also separation, division or disunion. A nation, people, race, or family of mankind. Things become slightly clearer when we see how this apparent contradiction in terms works. As well as a people and all these other things, a shab is also a cranial suture, the place where the bones of the skull both meet and are separated. The bones themselves are called kabilas, otherwise meaning tribes. It is as if the human head, with its peoples and tribes, provides an Arabic anatomy of humankind itself. And yet the Arabs always seem a special case. Don't we, and they themselves, usually call them just that? The Arabs, as if they were a discrete and clearly identifiable body of people. If they are, then who are they? And why do they seem so particularly fissile, so reactive? Should there not be at least an Arab Union, or even a United Arabian States? Come to think of it, there was a United Arab States, UAS, forgotten by most histories. It was a confederation formed of the United Arab Republic, UAR, itself a political union of Egypt and Syria, in the brief heyday of Pan-Arabism, joined by the then Kingdom of North Yemen. The UAS and UAR lasted all of 44 months, from 1958 to 1961. There is no reason why political unity should be a good thing per se.